All right, we are live. We are live. I am going to. Let's see. What am I going to do? Chibi wants us to make an inventory system, I believe. Good old inventory system. Let me grab exactly what she wrote, though. Let's see. Creating an inventory system similar to Breath of the Wild or Dark Souls. A player can pick up items, and those items appear in an inventory screen in the order they were picked up. The player can use the items or equip new armor weapons from the inventory screen. Yeah. So, and then ideally, there's a way to make it sortable. Okay, cool. Okay. Not sure how crazy we're getting. I know. Hey, Pillow, what's up? I know. I actually we're probably gonna be able to use the inventory system I already made. I'm gonna call Chibi soon. I just want to get everything together. Want to get all my ducks in a row. There we go. And centered. How you doing? All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for remixable templates. And then it should be here. So I'm thinking we can use this one. Um, we can lay it out however we want. This one doesn't have sorting, but it's an expandable inventory. Oh, hey Chibi, what's up? So here, I'm gonna call you soon. I was just thinking out loud. Actually, I'll call you right now. Why not? All right. Hopefully this works first time.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear
Not
me?
much.
You can hear me.
I can.
Wonderful. All
Yep,
right.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. I actually can. Gina lady, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. So, explain the inventory system you actually that you need.
Okay.
Maybe yeah. Let's hear
So,
it.
um, I've started like tentatively working a little. Like I just had an idea, and I've been kind of working with it a little bit. But ideally, I want a, something very typical to like um, Breath of the Wild or
Right.
Dark Souls, where like there's an item on the ground, you pick up the item, and then it goes into your inventory, basically into the first empty slot.
Yep.
And then you can go to the inventory, highlight the cell or whatever that it's in, hit X, use the item, and it uses it up.
And it uses it or equips it or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Um. Does it need to be expandable in your game?
Uh,
Will it be? I don't know.
that's actually an interesting question. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like eventually, yes, there would be some power up or something that
Okay.
gives you more inventory slots.
Okay. And then do you want it to all be on the same page? Or because I know Breath of the Wild, I don't remember Dark Souls to be honest, but I've played it one time. But I know Breath of the Wild, there's like a bunch. I think it's like unlimited actually. It's just as many pages as you can fill.
It might be. I'm honestly,
So will your
I
game need that?
no, there will be a finite limit.
Yeah.
The player might unlock that in like chunks, but there will be a finite limit.
Okay. So but will it all be on the screen at the same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you load up the game, you can see I've got like
Ah,
a little bit of
I should try that.
a prototype.
Now it's I'm already collabed to it, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've
Yeah.
just left you on it. At this point, you've helped me enough. You just deserve you deserve to be in the credits one way or the other. So,
I love it. No, it's not that. It's this, but it's the
but it
fall of humanity. But where's the
right, but
scene?
the first adventure should be the scene.
The first adventure. You know what if I just go into the dream and then edit?
You can try that. I don't know if I've
Oh,
updated the dream.
it won't even let me play the dream. All right, fair enough.
Here, let me, do I need to go check out permissions here? What's that? What is,
When was the last time you? Oh, here. Okay. Castle Village. That's not it though, right?
no, that's not it.
What's
That's
it? What's it called?
the first adventure. The last time I saved it was just a few minutes
There it
ago.
is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this one has your inventory, or is this? This isn't the
Yeah,
character. No, this is a scene.
yeah,
Okay.
but I'm bad about like I don't have the character
Yeah,
like swapped off or like in its own space. So sorry about that.
that's okay. I
Uh,
mean, it's just gonna cause you. It's just gonna cause you pain. Well, maybe, probably not. Actually, you can just save it
I
out and then.
I just
Uh,
like being able to immediately make a change and then run and see how it interacts
yeah,
with the environment.
I hear you. How? Where is the
All right,
inventory?
it's below the ground. Go
Nice.
all the way through
Yeah,
the
nice. Very nice.
there
Okay.
it is.
How do I? Okay, so how do I get to that?
So
Touchpad. Yes.
yeah,
Very nice.
exactly. Go and touchpad, and then if you hit R1 and L1,
Oh,
you
so these are
switch
the
between
skill tree. Nice.
yes. You go through the various screens here.
Character stats. Very nice. Okay, so okay, we're doing the inventory. So okay, so this is just the. It's gonna be the entire thing. How many squares do you want? And you said you wanted it expandable, right? So
Right. So I've started with 18. I created uh,
oh,
that variables for 18
okay.
slots. I've got uh, my idea was to have uh, two variables for each slot. One variable is the item number that's in it out of like a master lit, like,
Yep.
item one is a
An
healing
ID.
potion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Support for the
then
community
um,
support.
item quantity is the other variable
And then
for
quantity.
that
Sure.
slot. So you can have, uh, you know, and then the logic for going into the inventory in my mind, and this is just what I was brainstorming, the logic for going into the inventory would actually be on the item so that whenever you picked it up, the item, like, items that can
Oh.
only have like one per slot because they're like large or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they would just look for something you know, uh, that's zero. But,
Yeah, I know
items that
exactly what you
you,
mean. You have the right
okay,
idea.
yeah,
You have the
yeah.
right idea. Okay.
So in typical
Oh yeah. What's
programming,
up?
I would do like a for each or a while and
Yeah.
just look for the first one that's empty. I have no
Yep.
idea how to do that here.
Well, I mean, you'd probably just have like an array list and just let the program handle it itself. Just
Yes.
add it to the list. But no. Yeah. I've actually have you. Are you familiar with my RPG game?
Just a little bit. I think I've seen little bits of you
Yeah.
making it when I was looking up other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the inventory is pretty much exactly what you're looking for. It's expandable and it can hold stacks of items and it can hold items that aren't able to be stacked.
Perfect.
Um,
Yeah, that's
and
great.
it can save and reload and stuff through multiple different scenes.
You feel like
So,
it would be an easy thing to import into this
um,
template?
uh, it I'd like to try to make something that's simpler. Maybe. Do you know how many items? Do you know how many items you're gonna have?
I honestly don't. I know I'm going to have healing potions, stamina potions, mana
Okay,
potions,
and then weapons and
um,
armor.
weapons and armor, probably antidotes, because there's probably going to be some sort of poison-ish effect
So
going
just like
on.
a bunch of poisons or potions. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Well, this is a
And then
tangent,
there's
but
going to,
how do you unequip stuff?
well, you can't equip anything yet, so that's all up in the air. That
Well,
can be
I
decided.
mean like equipping. You just hover over the item in the inventory, and then it go. Does it disappear or does it stay? Because there's two different things you could do. You could have like dedicated armor slots, or you could just keep the item in the inventory, but just have like a little equip icon on it. That would be
Oh,
easier.
right.
I don't
That would
know.
be. That would
But
be easier. I do eventually, like I've got variables and stuff pre-set up for there to be like an armor slot, a weapon slot, and
okay.
an
So
accessory
that's,
slot.
yeah, that makes sense. Armor.
So
Okay, so only three. I like that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like that. Armor, weapon, accessory.
right,
Wonderful.
exactly.
Not
So
a gloves, shirt, boots, underwear,
no,
pants, hat. Yeah. Okay.
maybe one day, but not in this version of the game. No.
Okay.
Um, and I can add like another slot here. We hit R1 one more time, and it takes you to like equipped equipment. So
Yeah. I mean,
mostly, I feel like if we can at least get the basics, I can then copy and paste it and expand it from there,
right. Right.
more or
Right.
less
Right.
as
Right.
I need it.
Let's see. Let's see what we can do today. I'm thinking. Oh. Before here, I'm gonna draw something out. But Tumba Perez asked what the game is about, so I feel like it makes sense for you to explain that. And then Anvil
So,
subscribed for 4 months, so let me give him some hearts. Thanks, Anvils. I
aw.
appreciate it.
So the game is going to be a third-person action adventure sort of game, and in the vein of like Dark Souls-ish, but um, with like some Metroidvania-esque uh, elements to it. And it's going to be heavily story-driven. I have created a pretty uh, robust story. The story came first, and now I'm building the
Nice.
game around the story.
That's cool.
So it'll be highly narrative.
I cannot relate. What's a story? No. Okay. Okay. So this is what we have to work with. I mean, right off, my initial thought is, you have. Let me do this in a different layer. You have your armor slot, your weapon slot, and your accessory slot. Maybe accessory would go somewhere else, but you have those three here, and then here, probably not empty. maybe
Yeah,
maybe
right.
just get rid of that. But we would
Yeah, so
have a grid.
I was going for a grid, but then I found that the text boxes were only visible if they had something in them. And then the
Yes.
text box size
Yes.
changes
Yes. Yes.
relative to
Yes.
what's in it. And I found that frustrating. So I was,
There's autofit. So autofit is on. If you turn it, it's on one of the. I think it's on the background tab.
okay.
Yeah, background tab. If you turn that off, you can manually resize it,
Ah,
and then you can
that's
make
what I
the
needed.
text on the inside invisible.
Perfect. That's what I needed.
Okay, so like I'm just fitting as much as I can here. I'm not saying this is what we should do, but so what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not okay. 10. Okay. It can comfortably, well, maybe not comfortably. It can, let's say, just barely fit a row of 10. We can go
Maybe, maybe 3 rows of
smaller.
6.
3 rows of 6. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to see what this looks like. I wonder if there's a better way to make cubes. I just want like absolute max. And then maybe, also maybe the equipment slots could go to the left of the player, just
Yeah,
so there's some sort
absolutely.
of like thing in between.
Yeah, I like that. And hopefully that model there is a live clone of the other one. So
Hopefully.
what I'm hoping is that
Hopefully.
when as I equip weapons and armor, you'll be able
How
to see
much
it in
did
both
Insert have to
places.
pay someone to get them to let him mess up their UI
So
design?
there'll be a different
Lol.
visual for your character.
Um, Andy, thank you so much for the 13-month streak. Holy shit! Thank you so much for the sub, dude. As for your comment, I I assume Chibi's going to be styling it. I'm just making it functional. Might want to just go non-stackable inventory, just completely non-stackable. That maybe balance it around that. I kind of like that. I mean, is there going to be like a bow and arrow in this game, or
There is going to be a bow
yeah?
and arrow in the
Okay,
game.
so
Yeah, at some point.
maybe like almost everything it just isn't stackable except a few things. But then I mean, you might as well. I don't know. it can be balance wise, in my opinion, it's better to balance. It's not better, but it's like it's a little bit easier to balance around non-stackable potions, so then you can make them more powerful and
Mm,
rarer, right?
and more rare, right?
Yeah, and just more valuable. But I mean, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
You need stacking, so we're just going to make every slot possibly stacking, as opposed to like having a dedicated arrow slot, which we could actually do, and then make every slot non-stackable, right? And then just have a dedicated arrow slot. But that I
I
don't know.
think I'm going to give the player just unlimited arrows though. Like I just wanted to, I think it'll be more,
Oh,
I think it'll be more fun to
okay. So maybe
use a bow type character.
I'm telling you, like making everything, making there be no stacks will make your life so much easier.
Mm,
If it's not, if you don't need it, I would, not out of laziness, but out of, I don't know, your time and just easiness, I guess. I would recommend not doing it. Like, okay, so I'm making an RPG. I don't know. I feel like I need to have items stacking and stuff. Do you
yeah,
need them in this game to stack?
I sort of, I, at the very least, I feel like if I were the player and like the items weren't stackable, I would be frustrated with that.
But what if you
So
have a shitload of inventory space?
that's true.
uh, okay, so
Let's go for stacking though, because
sure. Okay.
that's more within the line of what I have in mind. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, okay. So if we have stacking, we also have. So we have like. So are you going to be able to like? Is there a max stack? Maybe like 999, and then are we going to be able to like split stacks like Minecraft? The complexity just it gets very complex in my game.
Uh,
In my RPG, personally, I make it so you can't split the stack. And actually, the game just completely crashes after 999. I need to fix that. I don't know. It like the items just disappear into the void.
right. So I would definitely be capping.
Okay.
Like I would definitely be capping the quantity of a stack. And currently, like I maybe far in the future, stacks will be breakable. But to start with, I really
Yeah.
that's not important so much.
Okay.
I was thinking like the logic for it could be on the item itself. So when you pick it
Yes.
up, the item knows to look for a slot with
Yes.
X
And
properties.
exactly. It would. So let's say you have a stack of 3 apples. You pick up an apple. Before the apple goes into an empty slot, it will basically check if you already have a stack of apples. I have gotten that working. That that is not the hard part.
Okay, okay,
The
good.
the more difficult part is, well, maybe this shouldn't be too difficult, but like if you have max stacks of something, it needs to create a new item. And then you know what? Let's not worry about that. How what do you want this to look like? How, so you said 3 by 6?
Yeah, it's three stacks of six will do for now. Like I said, once the basics are there, I can always expand it
Right.
later.
Right.
I'm right now I'm much more focused on like just learning and understanding how to create such a thing.
Right. Okay. Duplicate layer. There we go. So we want 3 by. Is that 6? That is 6. Wonderful. I just want to plan before we
Oh, this is
start
great.
actually making it.
I've not thought to do this. This is a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. This is nice. I would also recommend not putting the titles here. I would put them here. But honestly, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Okay, cool. I like this.
Yeah, that looks perfect. That's exactly like what I have in mind.
Nice. All right. Do you have? Oh, let's see. I'm gonna keep this up to my left. Do you have example items or maybe
I do
real
not.
items?
I
Ooh,
do
you
not.
don't. Wonderful. All right, I will make some.
Yeah, just a single potion and like a single
Okay, yeah.
accessory.
So
Yeah,
how about like something that's stackable and something that's not? Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
Zypher.
perfect.
Um. Okay. Oh, this is cool though. the arms are.
I know. I've got to work on the running, but we'll get there.
Oh, we're making it in here, aren't we?
Sure. Feel free to move it out and
Yeah.
feel free to save it as its own element and work on it that way if you're
No,
sure
I mean this is.
that's easier for you.
This should be fine. Let me just show you. Let me show you what I've made. And
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
where is it? I think it's under dreams. Right. So I am not currently, but I am making an RPG. How do I get out? Okay, there we go. L3 and R3.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. That looks really good.
Where is it? Yes, this. Okay. This was my inventory. We have the slots, we can pick things up, we can move things. You see the stack number in the top right.
Yeah.
If it's not stackable, there just won't be a number. And then you can drag. So I'm thinking we do it differently. Is it well? Maybe we can do it exactly the same.
Ideal.
How you just
Yeah,
just drag it over. You were saying how you'd want to like press a button and then it automatically equips, but I don't know what.
I mean, either way, like if you click on it and it's an item, if a little menu popped up and just said equip or cancel,
Right.
that would be great. But if you've already got that working, like that would also be
Yeah.
just fine. What happens if do you have logic in there yet so that if you try and equip it someplace that's already got
Yeah,
something,
it
does
won't
it
let you.
swap? It just won't let you.
Oh, it'll swap. Yes, actually. Let me get 2 weapons. Okay, so oops. I recently changed it so that my menu is in a different scene. But my inventory is still in the same scene, so it's 2 separate buttons. Anyway, when I pick it up and there's nothing in the main hand, it automatically equips. If I try to equip it in something, I'm not allowed to. It just doesn't let me. There's no feedback yet, and then there is swapping actually. So if we hover over and press O, it does that. Now, I think there's actually I think
That's
you'd
cool.
be able to. I don't have this implemented, but I could make it so that if you hover over this and press a button, it would swap with the pickaxe without having to drag it all the way over.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if you want to do the drag and drop. Well, do you want to do the drag and drop, or do you want to do like hover and then press equipped?
Hover and then press to equip.
Okay,
would
I
be
like
my
that.
that would be my ideal.
I like that for your game. Okay. And do you want? Is there going to be inventory manage? Like, is there a point to like picking things up and placing them in different squares? I know you said you wanted it to to sort.
Yeah, possibly. Like, I mean, the players themselves just may want to put certain things
Yeah.
in certain, just have that
Yeah.
ability. So
Again,
if you
though,
already
like,
know how to do it, and
yeah,
it's
no, I
not
do.
too
And
hard.
yeah. It's just like again, if we don't do that, it becomes a lot less complex. But if you want it, I completely understand wanting that.
I do. And we might not get a chance to finish the whole inventory tonight. That's fine.
Most likely not.
If you can just lay down the groundwork and show me how to do it.
Yes. Speaking of that, let me show you something. I'm looking for remixable templates. So I was looking at this. This remixable template is actually what I based my RPG inventory on, and you'll notice it has a lot of the same features. So I can add objects. Notice how it goes into the first available spot. So if I destroy this one, add an object, it goes there. And then the cool thing is it's all the same. It's literally like I took this template and made my RPG inventory. So there's swapping. How do I pick? And there's destroying. There's expanding inventory. So I'm just gonna take this and put it in your level, and then try to
fit it in there. Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely perfect.
because like for the RPG I added like armor slots and stuff, right? So like let's say this is armor, you'd be able to put it there, but if it wasn't armor, you wouldn't be able to put it there. That's obviously not in this template, but that's something I would add. What else? Saving. This does not have any sort of saving or respawning. That's I'll show you how to do that. What else? What else do we need? This doesn't have stacks. This also doesn't have stacks. So with the stacks, you don't care about splitting, right? Yet.
No.
Okay. In my
They-
I don't in my RPG I'm not sure if I had identical like 2 stacks of identical objects. But okay,
that would be fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
that would be fine if they couldn't do that.
We'll cross that bridge if we get to it.
It doesn't have to be like a
let's
Final
see.
Fantasy inventory where they have like 14 stacks of 99
So
potions.
do you not want that, or do you do want that?
No, if
don't
they
want
can only
that.
have 1 stack of any given item type, I think that would be fine.
would be
I think
okay,
that would be
yeah.
good. I think that'd be good game down,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I just don't know why I don't know why it breaks in my inventory. Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, because the logic to check if the stack is already there doesn't account for if it's max stacks. So it just adds it even though it's maxed out. Yeah, okay. Anyway, where is it? It's the first, or what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First adventure.
Oh. Wow. It just ignored the word the, I guess. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, hopefully I saved this as an object, or I'm just gonna have to go back out again. But oh, you put it. What the heck? Oh, never mind. My camera went inside the mountain for a little bit. Okay, where did it go?
And this time I froze everything, so you
Yes.
can't delete it.
Wonderful. Yeah, no kidding. All right. It's ACERT proof now. Where's the Mixable templates? Here it is. Did I save it as a... Yes, I did. I saved it. Look at me. I saved it as an element. All right. What is that? 4%. That's not horrible, but it's going to get worse. Let's see what you have so far. We might have to scrap all of it. Who knows? What is this? Oh. Let's unfreeze this. How? Oh my god. Where is tools?
It's under the-
There it is.
it's in the
there it
wrench.
is. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Are these your variables? What is? Oh my lord.
No, the variables are up in the global variables.
This is your ability. Yeah, your skill tree. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. I would recommend a node here. Just a single node. It'll make everything so much nicer. I'm not gonna do
It's a
that.
good idea.
Right? Just
No,
one
no.
node into it. Yeah, but okay.
It's a
Anyway,
good thought.
is it this?
No, so sorry, it's back up where the level starts.
The actual inventory? Oh, in the
There,
character
just the-
probably. Yeah.
Now up there, I've got a microchip called global variables, and it's just
Oh.
in there. Right at the beginning of the path, right there.
Is it frozen?
Probably.
There it is. Wonderful.
The trash can.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So these are the slots. Okay. Yeah, use slot. So a cool thing is you can actually store the quantity and the slot ID in the same variable. But if you're not tight on variables, you don't have to. Are you tight on variables?
I don't think so. What's the maximum?
128. For
128?
persistent dream variable, it's 128.
No, I don't think I'm anywhere close to that right now.
Should we do some
Might
counting?
be. Yeah, it might be, I guess.
Well, these are all persistent dream, right? I assume.
Right. These are,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so 8. Let me get the calculator out. Cause yeah, I mean it's honestly how you have it set up is perfectly fine, unless you're actually getting close. But let's see.
Well, also whichever is easiest to program. Like if you
Yeah,
want to
the
use
way you
just
have it set
one
up
of
is
those
easier.
variables. Okay.
The way it's just less logic.
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so 12, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 37. And these are all just variables, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 22. You're very close, actually.
Oh wow.
Depending on what's in this. Okay, only 5. All right, you're at 97. You're at 97 out of 128. Are you going to use any more? I have a feeling you will.
I have a feeling I will, unfortunately. Like there's going to be
Yeah.
several like story mode checkpoints that I'll
Right.
probably keep track of by
Now,
variables.
128. I mean, you have 31 left. That is a lot, frankly.
Yeah, and this is pretty much like, I've created variables for things I haven't even finished yet. I
Right.
just, as I was
Right.
planning
That's
out
good.
the game. So
Um.
let's keep it as is for now. And then if
Okay.
I have to rewire things later, well, it'll be a learning process.
Okay. Yeah. The way you do it, I have a YouTube tutorial on it, but you would just store both numbers in one variable. So like, let's say the quantity goes up to 99, and then so like the quantity would be stored here. Maybe the quantity is 25, and then the ID would be stored on the left. Let's say you have under 1,000 items. The ID would be like 1, 2, 3, and the quantity would be 25. So this is that you would put this number in one variable and then
Oh, yeah,
separate it, right?
that's good.
Um, it's stupid that we have to do this, but there's a variable limit, so. But for now, this is definitely fine. Let's see. So you have slot 1 item. I would name this ID, but it's too late now. And then slot 1 quantity. That makes sense. Is there anything else we need? No, I
The
don't
other
think there
variable
is.
is just whether the inventory is open or closed, and that controls the enemy behavior so that they stop
That's
attacking
good.
you while
That's
you're in
good.
the
Okay, so this is
inventory.
like a state machine related thing. Okay. And then you have equipment. Nice, nice. There's no quantity. That wouldn't make sense. Wait, what is this? Weapon type 1, weapon 2.
Oh, so you can have 2 weapons equipped,
Oh, see, I thought
then
you
an
only had
armor
3
accessory.
things. No,
I'm
you have
sorry.
5 things.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So 2 accessories, 1 armor, 1 weapon, and then 2 weapons. Okay. Okay. Let's let's go back to our drawing. Do we just add 2 more boxes vertically?
Sure. Right over
Yeah.
there on that left side, that'd be
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
The weapons, there can be 2 of them side by side, and then the rest going down. Whatever, however it
Okay.
fits is fine.
You can arrange it however you want.
I can always rearrange it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. So we've got the variables. We have the equipment. Let's start laying this out. So the way I have this set up, it's pretty intuitive. If I if I do say so myself, each slot is basically a cube, right? And
Hmm.
then we have chips on each of these slots, and we have 4 outputs and 2 inputs. One is unlock, so maybe it starts locked, and then you would unlock it, right?
Hmm.
Notice how this counter's already counted up. That means it starts unlocked. So you want that. It's already done.
Okay.
Perfect. And then position. So this is where the cursor is. Only one of these, or actually, is this a pulse? This is just a pulse. This is just a pulse. But okay. So the outputs are more important. How is this working? There's right, left, down, and up.
Okay.
These will only these will only be on. These will only sense your input if the cursor is on this square. So the cursor's on this square. What happens if we press the right D-pad? Notice how this wire is going right to this one.
Mhm.
It moves to the right. That makes sense. So you can like wire it up however you want. And we're actually going to have to use this for because we have a row, we have a 3x6 or 6x3. And then we have a row of 5. So we're going to have to wire it up interestingly, but there's no like hard coding. It's just completely dynamic where the cursor goes, which I find pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay with a cursor type thing as opposed to a literal cursor like an imp.
No, that was exactly what I was going to
Okay,
make
good.
myself,
Okay.
was a cursor type thing.
Yeah, good. Okay. And obviously, like you can make this look like whatever you want. It's pretty ugly right now. Right. So we want. Well, it's already by 3. Let's get the 6. Maybe before we copy and paste this, though. In fact, I'm gonna delete all of them except for one because we need some more stuff, I believe. Actually, I think you're gonna want to save this as its own object because, yeah, you're definitely going to want to save this as your own object, as its own object, because you're going to be making changes to this for, I'm sure, either for visuals or for logic.
Mhm.
What do we have? What do we have right now, though? We have, new item position. So we have, it already senses the next open slot. That's already in this. It has unlocking. It has cursor movement. Does it have spawning? It has swapping. It already has swapping. It does not have, it doesn't have any way to remember what item is in the slot. And it doesn't have any way to spawn an item back in if you're changing scenes. So let's, do you want to hop in here and save this as its own object and then collab that with me? I know that feels really stupid, but,
No,
or
that's fine.
tedious rather, but yeah, I think that
Yeah,
makes
go
the
ahead and
most
save that
sense.
copy, and I'll go in and save it out.
Okay. What is this? Oh, this is the object. Okay. Yeah, let me save this. And then as for your objects, that's another thing it doesn't have. It doesn't have stacks. So we can add that though. All right, that's saved. So yeah, save. You'll probably have to scope in so it's not the cursor and the cube, but definitely save the item slot as its own object. So then I can edit that by itself.
Just the microchip, you mean?
No, the cube and the microchip, but not the cursor.
Not the gray part?
The dark gray. Yeah, not the dark gray
Yeah.
part. Yeah. And then collab that with me. As someone that's just playing Dreams for a few weeks, my brain's shattering to a billion pieces right now. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta play. You just gotta learn the gadgets. Do you have any specific questions, Gina lady? And I'm not reading chat pretty much at all right now. Sorry. It's just how this kind of thing is. It's like Keld's 60-minute jam, sort of. How'd that go, by the way?
All right, I saved it out as it's called inventory slot.
Perfect. Can you add me as a collaborator?
Oh, crap. Yeah, certainly. That would help, wouldn't it?
How are you, Gina lady? How are you liking Dreams? I love seeing new people. Wonder if the notification appears while I'm in the notification area.
Collaborators. Oh, I didn't save it online.
It's just local.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like, why can't I add a collaborator? Okay.
Is it sent?
3 seconds.
Okay.
No results. Oh, every.
Taking a
It
break
is
from
sent.
Logic. Okay, it's sent.
Yep.
Interesting. So I'm in the activity area and it doesn't auto update. So maybe if I exit and go back in. Yep, there it is. So that's interesting. You cannot receive new notifications if you're in the activity menu. You love Dreams. Can't believe you didn't buy it earlier. Awesome, awesome. That's good to hear. Well, if you need help with Logic, you are in the right place. All right, so inventory slot. Wonderful, wonderful. So now I should be able to edit the source. First adventure. All right, hopefully I can edit the source. If I can't, I mean, something is horribly wrong. Uh-oh. What if what if I take the one I'm collabed on and add it in?
There you go.
Where is it? I guess it would be under my creations. Elements. Now can I edit the source? Yes. That's weird. All right, whatever. That's really weird. Whoops. Let's turn the grid on. Nice. Delete that one. Add that one in. So can I can edit that source. Oh, that's because that's mine. But what if I scope in? So if I edit this source, it should be the inventory slot. It should not be my inventory thing, the one that I added in. Good. Okay, it is the inventory slot. Bam, inventory slot. Wonderful. All right. So let's lay out your inventory. Let's put it here. I'm gonna get yeah.
You can remove that other.
What about this?
Yeah, you can get rid of it.
I can't even click it.
Oh no, keep that one.
Keep this one. Okay. I want to just see what it is. There we go. Ah, yes, yes. That is kind of important. I don't remember the camera being like that. Did I move the camera on accident?
Possibly. Everything was
No,
frozen,
that's
so
good.
I don't.
Oh, am I? I might be that character.
Whoa.
Like when I started playing, it's.
Try restarting.
So when I press touchpad, it fixes it. Yeah, look at that. What is going on? Oh, I know what's going on. It's my system. It's my camera. It's me. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's this.
Oh, it's got a little camera.
Yeah. Okay. So, touchpad. Okay. So let's start editing it. Oh. Can I want to see this camera. But then it changes the field of view or whatever. Whatever.
I know. The fact that it changes the field of view kills me.
Annoying. There. I like that. Sort of. Can we move the character? Oh. Because remember, we need room on the left for
Right.
the equipment.
But don't forget there's other menus that have already been sort of laid out. Although I
Yeah.
can rearrange them a little bit.
That's true. So let's I did forget that. Honestly, moving the character didn't even. What are we gonna do about that?
I think there's enough to the left that we could just put 5. That or I can put another page that is the
Just dedicated inventory, but then
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think of why that would or would not work. You'd have a dedicated page. It would be its own inventory. The reason I'm not too fond of that is because your menu right here, it's all in one place. So the equipment inventory and the actual inventory would be like possibly overlapping. And that could
Well, what if we just made the
dangerous.
blocks a little bit smaller and just put 5 of them to the left of
Yeah,
her?
that's probably.
They can be smaller, can't they?
Yep. Let's just make the whole thing smaller. Huh.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what about across the top? We have our 3x6 lower down, and then we have our equipment higher up above the top.
So, what if each menu? Now this will be more work, but I know you'd love to hear that. What if more? What if each menu panel was a different camera view? So there was some sort of transition. That would look cooler. And
It would look cool.
And it would allow us to change the layout depending on what we're displaying. Like,
I would be into that. That would make it look nice and dynamic in 3D.
Yeah. So like for example, the character stats, we could zoom in. The character could get bigger. For the abilities, maybe I'm not even sure. Maybe the character can can you like oh, you can. Yeah, so maybe depending on which one you're hovering, the character glows differently or something. I don't know. And then for the inventory, we would probably just shift it to the right or something. Yeah, shift it to the right and then have the inventory.
Or zoom it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But and when I say shift to the right, so man, if it's different camera views, wouldn't it be like multiple different characters? So that would be more expensive. It doesn't have to be like, it could just like changing between the different scenes could just move the character around, and I think that would be completely okay.
I think an easier way would just be to have our 3x6 as your inventory, and then above that, and then above that, label it, have a little label so that one is labeled inventory and then one is labeled equipment. And I think there's enough horizontal and vertical space that we could, I think that would be the least time consuming way to do it.
I agree. And you can always change it.
Yeah.
You can always make it whatever you want. I'm just going to put it back for now. So let's go into this. Let's do this. That looks like 6 to me. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of room.
Yeah, we can like move those down a little bit and that'll give us plenty of space above. Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Nice. Um, and the like everything's 3D, and I don't think you want that. Maybe. I mean, you
If it can
already.
flatten a little bit, that would be,
Yeah.
and flatten it a little bit and change the color to be, but all of that kind of stuff, don't worry about it
Don't
for
worry
right
about
now.
it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can, all the little niceties, I can figure that crap out later. I'm more interested in getting the logic
Yep. I got you.
established.
If I can just do it in like less than 30 seconds. Yeah. So that's to flatten things, you would change the field. You would lower the field of view, which is what I did. Yeah. There you go. That looks a lot better. Oh, and that's gonna mess up your other stuff too. Well, actually, it didn't. It did not mess up your other stuff. So
Oh,
if you're going with this, I would recommend I would make the character fill up the entire left side, as opposed
okay.
to what's. But I mean, again, do whatever you want. Um, that is not why I'm here. So okay, you have 5 different equipment slots. So yeah, so this will get a little tricky, but that's okay because the way I have it set up, it's pretty cool. Um, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we probably want this centered, right?
Ish. Yeah. See,
Right,
that's
and
fine right
then
there. Like a little bit of separation. Yeah, just like that.
oh, do you? Oh, but yeah. Do
Yeah.
you, what about the actual like slots? Do you want them to be separated with each other?
At least the ones at the top, it would be nice if they're
Yeah.
spread out
Yeah,
enough that you
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell their
Okay.
individual slots.
And then the inventory. I mean, you'll decorate these so they're not just
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. My goal actually is to get this over the next couple months into a place where I can release like sort of an alpha and
Oh, cool.
hopefully
Awesome.
people be interested in collaborating, and then people who have like I am no good at animations, I am
Mm,
no good at the visual art. I'm
right.
pretty good with the story, and I'm pretty good with like directing the camera and telling the story that
Mm-hmm.
way, and I'm okay with
You're
logic.
pretty good with the logic too. I would say. I'm sure a ton of people would love to work on a project like this, like for the animation and art specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that is my weakness. I just
Mm-hmm.
it always looks terrible no matter how many hours I spend on it. It's so frustrating.
I know exactly how you feel. Well, okay, so I'm a little different in my opinion. I can get it looking pretty nice. It's just it feels like it takes so much longer for me as opposed to someone who knows what they're doing. It just feels like a
Yes.
massive like for what takes me 4 hours, it would take someone else like a half hour, and it just feels so bad, which makes me not
I,
want to do it. But
I
it's
don't
a
know if
catch
you've ever
22
yeah,
because I
I don't
need
know
to
if you've
do it to
ever
get
watched the
better.
videos of that Mark Nablon guy. He does a lot of like
I don't think I have.
creative stuff, and
Okay.
he makes things that look like photorealistic in 10 minutes. Like it
Holy shit.
blows.
That's
He's the
amazing.
guy that did that whenever the Unreal 5 demo came out, he made it in Dreams, and it
Oh,
looks
the
like
Robo guy. Oh, I do know. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know him. Sorry, I misheard you at
I've
first.
watched a lot of his videos, and like
It's
I could be
insane. It's
yeah, and
insane.
I'm just like, what the hell? I
Yeah,
would spend a
it's
month
insane.
and have something that didn't look half that good.
Yeah, I I have no words. It's just crazy how he's able to do that. It's crazy. It would make my PS4 not happy though. My PS4 original. All right, so the
Yeah, that's something I'm having to keep in mind is I've got a PS4 Pro, and so sometimes I've actually modded it so it's got an SSD in it, and I have to keep in
ooh,
mind that my gaming experience is not necessarily what everybody else's is.
yeah, I'd say it's gonna be a lot better. Holy shit. Okay, here are the inventory controls.
Okay.
Um, I don't know why I did it like this, but that's fine. Oh, I kind of like that. I like that. So okay? You probably want to do it differently though, but I have. This is gonna add some delay. it's gonna add a couple frames of delay. You probably don't want to do this, but I have one controller sensor outputting two tags that are called controls, and then the control, and then that is being output to, and then this is like the inventory related things. So triangle is mapped to destroy, a tag called destroy, and then I mean you get the point. Anyway, you can change that to whatever you want.
Okay.
Right. So I'm just wiring things up. So like this one to this one, that's easy. If I go up on this one, where does it go? Probably to this one. Now this is where it gets a little tricky though. If I press up from this one, where does it go? I'd say it goes to this one and this one as well. So if you press the up D-pad on either of these, it'll go to this center one.
Yeah.
Everything else is just easy though.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So left will loop back around. Let's just start from the top. Up will go here. Down is already wired. Left is already wired. Right goes right here. So now from this one, we can go right. We can't go back left though. Hold on. Let's finish this test. So if you're here, go left. If you're here and go right, you go back to this one. If you're here and you go down, you go back to this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so from this, if we go right, we're there. Left, we're there. Up, we're there. Down, we're there. So that's working. We just have to wire everything else up.
Cool.
And then, I mean, it should still be, like, I should be able to spawn in items. I should be able to spawn in items right now, actually. Yeah. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. The way, the way I've implemented knowing the next open slot, it's hard coded, sort of. So you have to like manually change the weighting of every square. So the top squares, that's a little different. That's your equipment. But so this one would be like weighted the highest, then the second highest, etc. Right now it's a little bit random, which is kind of funny. But
What are you playing, baby?
we're making an inventory system.
What? This is your game?
No,
Oh.
it's someone else's game.
Wait, why can't you do your game?
Because I'm helping someone else. And then we have to do the tower defense game, and then we have to do Cluster Factory.
I don't like this screen protector.
Yeah. But okay, let me finish
feels
let me
really
finish
good,
wiring
though.
this up.
Whoa, did you put
Pillows is
did you
high.
put those? How do I go back? Did you put those there?
No, they've been there.
Lame. Hello, pillow. I'm taking a study break.
Nice. Why am I? Oh, I was playing time. All right, for this, I'm going to play some music because this is going to take a little bit. Just a little.
I've been listening to Lofi Avatar,
Cool.
the one with what's his face?
Elka?
Yeah.
Nice.
That makes sense.
So right now, we're just telling the inventory where to go when we press certain buttons. So
Sure.
like, if we're here and we press right D-pad, it brings us to here. And we have to do that for every single one. It's a little annoying, but it's what you gotta do.
Reminds me of someone.
Yeah?
Your PS4 speaking with
Yeah, it's very loud.
you. She's chugging.
The PS5 cannot come soon enough, frankly.
Like, we don't even need to pay for heat. We'll just run the PS4.
X-Ray was being
Pillow
weird.
wants to know if you're gonna watch the PS5 event tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow? Hell yeah, what time? Oh, if it's during work, I won't be able to stream it, but I'll definitely watch it. They're gonna
4
reveal the
p.m.
price, right?
It's at 4 p.m. The price? How much do you think it's gonna be?
$50 less than Xbox. No, I think they're gonna price it the same as Xbox. Honestly,
It's Xbox.
$2.99 and $4.99, $3.99.
For,
Wait, I'm not even sure.
What's the difference between?
It's 40 minutes long. Look, I'll watch it, and at that point, I'm gonna be done with my work. But I'm gonna be at work, so I can't stream it.
What's the
Obviously,
difference between the 299 and the 499?
one has a disk drive and one does not. And actually, the one without a disk drive is also not as good. I guess I'm not
The one
entirely
without
sure.
the disc drive isn't good?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it doesn't.
No,
you
I
have to
mean like
download all your games?
I know, but I'm saying it also like doesn't display as high quality. But honestly, you don't really need 4K. I don't know. Oh, it's $2.99 and $4.99. Okay. Yeah, $2.99 is super cheap. For a new generation console, it is.
How much was the Wii one? Was it $200?
It was not $100. I have no idea. It was very cheap though. I was not old enough to. Oh, did I just do that wrong? Left needs to go here, and then right
You
is
weren't
already
old
hooked up.
enough?
Oh yeah, I wasn't old enough
Wii?
to like be concerned with buying my own consoles.
I was
would-
concerned with asking for my parents. to buy it for
Exactly,
me.
exactly. Which is why I didn't know the price.
How do you know which ones to connect?
Okay, so you're here, and you press the left D-pad. Where would you go?
I don't know, babe.
You would loop all the way around
Yeah.
back to here, right?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Okay, can I just vent for like 2 seconds?
sure.
So our professor gave us like this practice problem in class. We were learning about like DNA replication and like RNA transcription and stuff. So
Cool.
like the RNA is transcribed from the template strand, which is
Obviously.
complementary to the coding strand of DNA. And like he gave us a question to do where we had to like translate it into like the amino acid. And like he worded the question really confusingly because he didn't specify. He gave us a strand of DNA, but he didn't specify if it was the coding strand or the template strand. So our answers were all over the place. But he just thought that we didn't know what we were doing. So he gave us a homework assignment with like literally like
Did anyone
15
talk to him?
15 questions on like translating stuff, and it was just it's so
Tedious? Yeah.
like the whole process is really easy, but it's really easy to mess up.
Oh,
Like
attention to detail, I
because
guess.
he gives you like a 30 character strand length thing, and like you have to like convert it from like the coding strand to the template strand, which you just flip all the base pairs, and then to the RNA, which it's the same as the coding strand, you just replace all the T's with U's, and then you have to break that up into 3 like letter codons.
Are you going through like how to do it?
Yes.
Why?
And then you have to look at the chart to see like which codon is which amino acid, and it's just a pain in the butt. But I did find a translator on.
Hey, there we go.
So, and it even
There
tells you
we
where
go.
like the stop codons were too, which was nice.
Those stop codons, I'm always
Because if it-
always losing mine actually.
Well,
I don't know. What are you talking about?
well, if there's a stop codon in the middle of like the amino acid or like the RNA you're translating into amino acids, then,
Okay.
like, the protein stops being made
Sure.
because that's just how it works. And so, like, if you don't realize there's a stop codon, you just keep translating the whole thing. And then you get the
Why
wrong
are
answer.
why are you a human translating DNA?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Are you like
But
cloning?
it's just annoying because it's really easy. But like he could get the point across with like an example that's like a quarter of the length.
Right. Instead of giving you how many hours of
It
homework?
literally took me like 30 minutes.
Oh. That's not bad.
Well, it was like 30 or 40 minutes. It was like a really
But it
annoying
felt
sound.
like an eternity.
Yes.
Stop codons for RNA DNA sequencing. Yes. Yes. She is talking about that. I think.
Yes. I don't like how the wires disappear. How do you know what you've already
You don't.
Yes.
You have to remember. I don't like it either, frankly. But I understand why they do it. Because like if they didn't do it, it would be visually extremely cluttered, and I think it would slow down the game quite a lot.
I haven't done that stuff with since AP Bio. Yuck. Yeah.
And yet, Gina, it's a little. It is like super confusing. But if you know what's going on, it's not that hard to do this wiring. But it can, yeah, it definitely does look super convoluted if you don't know what's going on.
It's not hard. It's just complicated.
Yeah. I would argue it's not complicated either, but that's funny.
So yeah, that's
Just cluttered.
that was the main event of my day.
Cool.
I mean, not really.
Oh shoot. See, I messed it up.
Also, we just learned like so much material in my self-care over the counter class.
Cool.
Like our professor went like 15 minutes over our scheduled time to finish it. Like most of my professors just like save it for the next lecture.
Not this guy.
It's a
Or girl.
Not this girl. She did have a very cute dog that she showed off while we were singing. So
Did she show it off for more than 15 minutes?
no.
Okay.
But if you need help not getting pregnant, I can help you now. Or if you have some sort of
No, I actually don't have that
vaginal
problem.
infection, I can recommend something over the counter.
In fact, I don't even have. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I don't think you have the facilities, big man.
You are correct. Okay, so you can't add nodes to in-scene wires, right? You can't add nodes to in-scene wires. What do you mean by that? You haven't done stuff with that since AP Bio. All right, we're adding objects, and we can move the grid. Yeah, we can move along the grid.
Heck yeah.
Oh. This one is completely broken. Did I just not do this one? I literally just didn't do this one. I mean, it's super easy to test, right? Because if you ever press a button that doesn't work, well, you probably didn't wire it up. It's kind of weird how I just didn't do that one. All right, so let's just go through it. I think it's good.
Yeah, looks
I mean,
great to me.
this is not an extensive test, but yeah, nice. So now what? Now what? I don't think we're gonna have time for stacks. I would like to get saving and loading in though.
Okay.
So let's think about how we're gonna do that. We need items. So let's. I mean, we have an item here. The way I did it in my RPG, instead of copy and pasting the item a bunch of different times, and what the heck? Oh my God, Mikey CSLT with the rate of 43. What's going on, guys? Holy shit. We're working on Chibi 1's inventory right now. Thank you so much for the raid, Mikey. I appreciate it. I turned down the music a little bit. When are you gonna play Deep Rock Galactica? We are definitely gonna play with the Dream Squad again. Probably, well, definitely Kill and I. Is Mikey? Are you up for it? Not today, but no, it was very fun. How was your stream, Mikey? Okay, so in my RPG, I did not do this. I did not copy and paste the inventory item multiple times because it was a waste of logic, right?
Sure.
Because, like, let's say you have 100 items. To have 100 of these, it would be really expensive. So what I did was this. I had one inventory item template, and when I spawned it in, I told it what item it was. Does that make sense? Kind of?
It sort of does, but I have no clue how you would go about such a
Sure.
thing.
Okay. Okay, so we have, this is the placing logic. Initialize, what is this? This just teleports it to a new item position. Yep, that makes sense. That all makes sense. Using the object destroys it? Sure. We need more logic, though. We need more logic. For the swapping of the visual, because there's two things, right? It's changing the ID, obviously, but it's also the visuals. You would change the visual based on what the item ID is. I think you can handle that. It's not too hard. There's a lot of different ways to solve that. But what I'm going to do is just, depending on the ID, I'm just going to type out a different word. You'll see.
Yeah, that's fine. Just to get the basic idea
Yeah.
out there.
Ah, right. So pressing triangle uses it. Sure. Okay. Let's just do this. Stream was Groot? What does that mean? Like great? It was Groot. All right. How's the Avatar project now that it's rebranded? And I assume literally nothing has changed except for the name. Ah, okay. This is randomizing the color. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. So we need to save. This object needs to know what ID it is. It needs to know how many stacks it has, which I'm not going to do today. And it needs to know. Well, no, it just needs to know what ID. That's yeah. Okay. It needs to know the ID. What are we going to do? How are we going to save that ID? I prefer the looped calculator method. There's a bunch of different ways to save a number locally, but the looped calculator is my favorite way. So what we can do is actually just...
So we already have a variable called inventory slot item.
Yes.
And we could store the number in that variable and then have a variable modifier on the thing that just grabs it. Oh, we can't?
Okay, so the variable saves what is in the inventory slot.
Right.
The item is saving what its ID is. So when we pick up this item and move it, it's going to be telling the slot to change the thing in the variable. Does that make sense?
I see.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Wonderful. How do we tell it what ID it is? I'm going to use. We can do multiple different things. We could do a wire, right? Emit with wire, but I like using a transmitter. And we're going to call this set item ID. And we're going to put it in the top part. And the reason we're putting it in the top is so it doesn't continuously add it. What this does is basically it's looping 0. Well, it's off, but if it was on, it would be looping 0 right now. And once a number enters this, it'll set it. And then when this turns back off, it'll stay looped. I'm actually going to demo this. It's pretty important. I wish number displayers displayed the number on the gadget. I know it displays on screen, but let's just do this. All right, so this slider is going to basically, we're going to pretend like the slider is the transmitter. So when the slider is at 0, that means it's transmitting nothing. And when the slider is at a number, it's transmitting a number. So we're playing time. Let's say this template item spawns in. We will send it an ID.
Family-friendly content shared. X300.
Hey, family. Thank you so much for the
just
300 bits,
dropping
dude.
in for 10 minutes to say hey.
I am
And
excited.
you excited for the PS5
I am
event
extremely
tomorrow.
excited. I didn't know it was tomorrow, but I'm still excited. Dude, I cannot wait for the PS5. It cannot come soon enough. I just want to play Dreams on the PS5. I want to be able to put my PS5 next to my setup without hearing a fan. That's all. Okay, so let's say the ID that gets sent in is what the hell? Oh, is that's not what I want. Is 0.6. 0.6. We're sending 0.6. What happens when it goes back to 0? See how it stays at 0.6? This value is stuck at 0.6. No matter, so obviously it'll be overridden if we put a higher value, right? But that's easy enough to stop. All we have to do is, if this is greater than 0, just stop it from changing, right? So if this equals 0, turn this on, right? But if it doesn't equal 0, we don't want any more data.
Family-friendly content
so this
shared.
is exactly what we want.
X100. Bigger thermos, bigger thermos, bigger thermos, bigger. Thermos, bigger thermos, bigger thermos, bigger.
Bigger
thermos,
thermos, yeah.
Bigger thermos, bigger.
Do you think Dreams will be available on
Thermos.
launch day? Yes. Yeah. I don't. They say. I think you'll be able to boot Dreams up just like it is on the PS4 on the PS5. I don't think they're gonna make a separate version. I don't think they're gonna make separate thermos. I hope they do, but I don't know. I think it's just gonna load super quick and look nice. Frankly, we'll see though. I'm setting my bar super low. All right, I have to do 10 push-ups. Wonderful. Oh my god. Thank you, Bella. Thank you for that. We have not done workout in a long time actually. Okay, you guys are just gonna have to deal with this view. You're welcome. Yes, thank you. There's just a bag of garbage. Hey, do you want to do some push-ups with me? Okay. Push-ups. Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I am 10 push-ups stronger. All right. So let's get back to work. Good job. Thank you. Like I said, if it equals 0, turn it on. And this is the ID of the item. Okay. And you'll also save the stack amount there as well. But right now it's just the ID, and it would be the same exact method. But it would be slightly different because think about it. The stack amount can change the ID can never change in game, but the stack amount can. So you'll have to set up a system where, and I can definitely help you with this if you don't know what to do, but you'll have to set up a system where the number is saved, but then you'll be able to like add and subtract. And to add and subtract from this saved number, literally just pulse values into this bottom part. If you pulse of -1 into this, it'll subtract 1 every frame. That's why you need to pulse it. But so that's why I like this method a lot.
Yeah, that's
Hey Freak, what's up? I'm dreaming of an Acer Christmas. What does that mean? All right. Yeah, my PS4 screams. Let's see. Oh, let's put the We have the ID. What are we going to do with it? Very, very, very temporary solution just for testing. We're going to have 2 text displayers. Maybe more. We're getting crazy. Getting seen. This is purely for debugging. Well, not debugging, but like testing. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Okay. Let's name this potion. And so this would be ID 0. There can't be an ID 0, so let's not even do that. So ID 1 is potion, and ID 2 is, I don't know, sword. I don't know. That's, holy shit. Okay. Obviously, we'll be able to have more IDs, but, you know. Just put that in there. Okay, only one of these are going to be displaying at a time since it's with a selector. And, okay, now we need to set the ID. We have, so right now we're just spawning items like this by pressing triangle, or by pressing O, and then something gets emitted. This is fine. Instead of this, you're going to be picking things up, but right now this is simulating picking things up. What do we need to do to set the ID? We need the set item ID wireless receiver. So let's do that. Okay, set item ID. We can make this scene wide because we're only ever picking one object up at a time. Now, the cool thing is when we're spawning items in, we're gonna have an emitter on every single item slot. And Chibi, I'd like to see if you could figure this out yourself. So pay attention to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
To save and load your inventory, you're going to want to constantly save what's in the inventory, except for when you're loading. But and to do that, you just use a zone. You transmit the ID and you transmit the quantity, and then the slot will read what's being transmitted to it and save it in its variable. That I think you get, because I mean you already made the variables. Now, how would you load the items in? Each slot is going to... Okay. Each slot in here is going to need an emitter. And in the very beginning, once you load in, it will... If there's an item saved in the variables, it will emit a new object. And then it will tell that object, not globally, but locally. So only locally it'll tell the object what to turn into. And then it'll set it here, because we don't want the different and this would be this, you don't have to do it this way. You can spawn them one at a time, but that would take a really long time. But the reason we're able to make it global here is because we're never picking more than one object up at a time. At least I would recommend that. Right. So let's see. We have controls. Oh, should we add another thing to spawn in a different object, or do you want to just, let's just randomize it. Let's just randomize it. Okay, set item ID, inventory, yeah. So this should work. Hopefully. Oh, never mind. This actually wouldn't have worked. This is setting the ID to 0 or 1. We want to set it to 1 or 2. So we have to offset this by 1. Okay, this should work. I'm probably forgetting something. But... So if I press O, potion, sword, potion. So the reason it's potion, sword, potion, sword, potion, sword is because I set it to no repeat. So it's going to just be
Oh, right,
swapping
so
back
it's-
and forth. But it's working. It's working, right? So we're transmitting
same
the ID to the object, and it's displaying that. What happens if it didn't work? It would have been, if the ID didn't transfer properly, it would have been ID 0. Actually, we are doing something that's not good, though. We're constantly setting the ID. I mean, I guess that's fine because of this right here. But what we probably should do is this, I believe. But this actually might not work. Let's see. Oh, no, that did work. Okay. So now we're just pulsing out that data. It's probably not a good idea to just constantly be sending out this data.
It's got to add up eventually.
Yeah. So let's see. So now that that's working, we're able to spawn. So you could set up a test. Actually, I mean, what you could do is put items on the ground, and this is what you're probably going to do. The items are going to be on the ground, and then when you press square on that item, this logic will be in that item. But instead of randomizing the ID, it'll be hard coded depending on what item you're picking up. I mean, it's literally just an emitter. Like, it's not that complicated. Yeah, this is nice. Let's go through really quick and set, new. So see this new item fill priority. Actually, you can do this. So let me just show you. 10 would be the highest priority, so then 9.9, then 9.8, etc. But I mean, that's so now. But they're all set to 10 right now there. So you can see it works for the ones I've set. But this is how it knows, like, which one to fill next. I'm not sure if I could have done this programmatically. Maybe, like, based on position or something, but
Right.
I don't know. It would have taken significantly more logic.
So does it count down or count up?
So, right. So
Like-
top left would be the highest priority, right? Because you're
Okay.
filling top left to bottom right. So I guess you're counting down.
Okay.
I'll just do it. It's not that bad. So are you going to try to do, like, the rest of this yourself, or are you scared and you're just gonna let me do it? I don't know. I'd like to see you try.
I will definitely
frankly.
try.
Yeah. All right.
And
Cool.
If
cool,
I
cool.
can't figure it out, I'll just sign up for another session. But I definitely am going to see. I'm going to poke around under the
Yeah.
hood and see what I can figure
Yeah.
out.
Nice. Honestly, like, a lot of this stuff, you're not gonna have to. You honestly don't even have to know how it works. For example, adding stacks, you really, like, don't really need to know how most of this works. What would you need to know? Oh, okay. You'll to add stacks, you'll have to edit. Oh, I guess you wouldn't. Never mind. You wouldn't have to even mess with the new item position. You'd have to mess with initialize. Where is that? This. So see how it teleports to new item position?
Yeah.
But what if you already have that item in your inventory and it's stackable? You wouldn't do that. What would you do?
I would add to the quantity of that particular variable.
Yeah. Well, not the variable, but the item itself, which would update the variable.
Right.
And then you destroy this, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm the thing that I'm really unsure on, and I'll just have to poke around because I know we're running out of time, but the thing I'm still really unsure on is how it knows which slot to choose, and
like,
what you mean by the item itself. Oh no, actually, I've got that part. Okay, I've got that part.
yeah, the item
I'm
fill
still not-
priority. I mean, I'm doing that right now. Yeah, It's super. It's actually pretty intuitive. It uses exclusive gates
Okay.
to just choose one of them, right? Exclusive
Right.
gates are great for choosing one thing out of a group of
A whole
different things.
group.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh, so that changes the priority level of the exclusive. That's
Exactly.
attached to that
It's just
exclusive
hard
gate.
coded.
I see.
Yep.
I see. Gotcha. Fascinating. Okay. And I think the rest I can. Like, I'm still not sure what you're doing with that loop calculator. And
Oh
why
yeah,
you don't
please.
just,
Like, if you have any questions, just ask.
but-
So the loop calculator, that is storing the ID. It's just storing a number. Think of it as a variable, but we
But
can't
how
use
do-
variables because it's emitted, and variables aren't local. They're always global.
So whenever that teleports to the new item slot, then a receiver on that slot is able to detect this set item ID transmitter and updates the variable from that. Is that
Yeah, but that's not
basics of
implemented
it?
yet. That's actually
Right,
not
right.
implemented yet. But yeah, that's the idea. That is exactly the
Okay.
idea.
okay?
This is receiving this is confusing, but this transmitter is receiving the value from this emitter, which spawns in the object, which sets the ID. I do not
Okay.
transmit out the ID, so let's do that. There, item ID.
Right.
Bam. Now the slots, that is what the slot would detect. It doesn't do that yet at all. That's not in this.
Sure.
So you'd have to add that. It's in my RPG, but not. Yeah. So you'd
Right,
have to
right.
you'd have to add that.
But that's the idea. Okay, that makes
is
sense.
exactly what I do in the RPG. Yeah. And there's a gotcha with loading. So, you know how I said to just basically constantly check what's in the inventory and then update the variables?
Right.
You don't want to do that before you've actually loaded the variables in, loaded the inventory in, right? Because it would, and this is something I ran into. If you're constantly checking what's in the inventory and updating the variables, but the game just started and the inventory hasn't spawned in yet, it will overwrite all of your variables to 0. So just be careful about that.
Okay.
Just, yeah. So, yeah, I think we're good, though.
Don't forget to save to cloud.
Yeah, I will save, I promise. There you go, see? Oh, I messed up. All this stuff is very easy to test.
So that's fine. I will figure it out. I know you've got to get on and do some other streams.
Oh yeah, I'm working on a tower defense game that is actually commissioned, and it's very interesting. I don't know if you've
Sounds
seen
fun.
it, but
No, I'll have to check it out. That sounds like an interesting project.
the theme is very interesting.
The first iPhone app I ever created was a tower defense game for iPhones.
That's
so-
awesome. That's awesome. How long ago was that? What is it? Did it do well?
No,
No?
the client did not have the budget to see the project through to the end. They
Oh.
underestimated what it would take.
Oh shit!
And
You work
so-
for like an actual,
Yeah,
an actual app company. That's
yeah.
That's awesome. Still?
And no,
Okay.
I
I was gonna say, are they hiring? No.
No, I do sysadmin work at this point.
Cool.
That was many moons ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much for your help. And
Yeah, you're welcome. This went well.
Yes, and if I'm gonna try and figure it out myself, but if I can't, I'll just toss you a few more bones and. we'll talk
Feel
again.
like, honestly, like if you think you're kind of close, just feel free to just hop on the Discord and ask in the
Okay.
Ask Help channel. But if you're like super lost, then it's probably a good idea to do another one of these.
Gotcha.
But yeah, don't hesitate to just ask any questions
Okay.
you have.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful night and be safe. And I will see you around.
too. Yeah, I'll see you later.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, I'm really glad I already had a inventory template because making that from scratch would have that would have taken a very long time. But yeah, this was good. Thanks, Tumba. That was I think honestly, I think this is the first time someone's actually let's I was gonna say taken my inventory template and actually used it, but we can actually check. What am I looking for? We can actually check. Used in 16 creations. Now, how many of those creations are just remixing it and then checking it out, as opposed to like putting it? Oh, well, no. Then there's a separate thing called remixed 9 times. So apparently, 16 times this was put in someone else's creation. I already know that it was one of them is mine, and then another one was Chibi's because we just did it. Would it be genealogy used in first adventure? Are there going to be like 16 things here? Oh, okay. It's a bunch of collections. All right. It's just put. Oh, here we go. Puppet mashup. Interesting. Yeah, and then some private stuff. Okay. So some people, I feel, I don't know. I feel like this is a super helpful thing. I don't know what this guy did. How do I get? Oh. That is a muscular puppet. Okay, so it looks like he made like an inventory, but it disappears. All right, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. All right, I will read chat now. I will read chat now. It's cool seeing Chibi get better at logic as she keeps doing it. Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, like she's a freaking programmer, right? But Dream's logic is like a whole nother thing, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad she's getting value out of him. Dream ruined. All right. Can we finish the tower defense? I say yes. My heart says yes, but my brain is saying no. We'll see. What would win in a fight, Acer or a rabid squirrel? I would probably run very far away from that rabid squirrel. But if it got too close, I'd kick it. So, I don't know. I feel like I'd win. Am I barefoot? Is the question. I would be less willing to kick it if I wasn't wearing shoes. All right. So, oh boy, we have a tower selection menu, but it's not done. We have the tower selection menu, but we don't have the. So let's buy this. The tower hover menu. Should it be a hover, or because like you click X on this? Shouldn't clicking X on this instead of upgrading it? Shouldn't it bring us to our own? Bring it to a different menu? Because like why wouldn't hover do like? It should be consistent, right? You have to click X to get into this menu. Shouldn't you have to click X to get into this menu? Or should both of them be hover? I'm not a fan of both of them being hover. I don't like hover at all, frankly. It takes too much precision. I think you should just have to click it, and then it's the same menu. So I do like that, though. So I will do that. You're barefoot and holding 2 ice cream cones. One is for your girlfriend. Oh, shit. The squirrel's probably going to win. Oh, shit. We moved to the desert, because why not? It is. This is the monkey chimp. I'm not actually sure what it is. There it is. Wow. I don't even have a name. Oh, here. Here it's called chimp. Internally it's called monkey. I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to be called. But yeah, guys, this is the tower defense. And then we're fighting produce. So they look way better with this lighting. Yeah. So I was talking to Clicks, and I think he agrees. The trade-off of having very little tower animation is worth having more towers. Just the fully rigged towers, it's just not thermo friendly. What do you have to do in this game? So in this game, I mean, it's a tower defense game, right? So you're just trying your place. It's a generic tower defense game. You're placing towers. You're killing produce. Well, the theme is not generic, but the gameplay is. You can upgrade your towers. You can sell your towers. There are 8 different towers. Tiger, generic single target damage tower. Octopus, sustained area of effect damage. Spider, single target slow. Eagle, long range, single target. Long range, single target increasing damage, which resets when the target is changed. That's a little kind of a mouthful, but alligator is conical, not conical. It's conical. Conical damage with mini stun. And these range values are not correct, by the way. That's another thing I have to go through. The chimp is a single target damage with a long duration stun. Lion is a tower buff. It buffs the damage of surrounding towers. So, for example, if I put the lion here, you'll notice that the tigers glow. The other ones don't because I just didn't implement it yet. But the damage buff is implemented, just the effect isn't. And then the pig tower generates gold for you, depending on how many towers are around it. So those are the towers. Those spider leg animations, though. I know. So the person that made this, it's actually 4 different puppets. So you can imagine how expensive that is. But it does look cool. We definitely will be getting rid of that. So enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Now, obviously, starting with 10,000 points is way too much. So this is going to completely just smash through. Well, actually, they're all level 1. So, well, yeah. There's no sound yet. The projectile graphics are not in. But yeah, it's almost playable. The only reason it's not playable right now is the UI. Yeah, look at that. The spiders are so expensive, man. Like, they're so expensive. Yeah, so I guess we're in a desert now. It changes every time I get back to this project. But oh, whoa. Oh, is this the aisle we're in? Okay. So, what do we need to do? We have the descriptions. Oh, you're right. I wanted to display, like, the actual damage values and stuff. Next wave for asparagus is still broken. I think the next wave thing is just broken in general. I'll have to look at it again. Yeah, it's just one of those desert shopping centers, you know how it is. So this is the buy menu. We're thinking of putting buying and canceling here, and the stats here, and the name here, as well as the name down here. I like how the name is down here, though. I think. Yeah, I do. I like how the name is down there. But yeah, let's get to work. I mean, it's just basically a bunch of text display or work. So, but like that's extremely necessary, right? Because without it, you can't play the game. Because you need the, you don't know the info. Right, so right off the bat, let's just get the menu open. Right off the bat, I want buy and cancel to be smaller and to be here. I guess stacked up is fine. Where's the cost? I think it's this. Okay. I like that. And then the values, the stat values can be here. And then, oh, and the name needs to be there. Where's the name chip, though? Where are we storing? Yeah, titles. But this isn't title. Where? Okay, that's okay. We, yeah, that's fine. I think that was title, and I just changed it to the description. So we're changing it back. Well, we're not changing it back, but we're adding another one. Oh, why they're named suicide doors? It's because they open the wrong way, right? So, normal car doors, when you open them, the gap is behind, so the wind will push it shut. Suicide doors, from what I understand, the gap is in front, so then when you're driving, the wind will push it open. Hence, it's easier to commit suicide, I guess. It's 3 a.m. here. Even though I'd love to continue watching, I should really sleep. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Have a good night, Gina. It was nice to meet you. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. We're streaming Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So maybe we'll see you tomorrow. What about DeLorean doors? I don't even know what that is. There's got to be something more than that. That is boom. From what I understand, that is what they are named after. But why don't you just look it up? How is that the lamest possible reason? I'd say the lamest reason was they were invented by John Suicide. That would be the lamest reason. If the guy's last name was Suicide. Which does not make sense, I know. Gull-wing doors are gull-wing. Interesting. So the flappy wing, the wing doors, right? Johnson. Yeah, the doors that move up, like the Tesla Model X, right? All right, this one's Lion. How's it going, Peace? What's up, dude? This is already significantly better. I like how all the tower names are at the bottom. I do like that. I actually like that a lot. It's kind of like out of the way. Your main focus, in my opinion, would probably either be this or the actual tower. Maybe. Or you could just look at the name and just get the one you want already. I don't know. I mean, but it's not like, it's not in your way. Oh, this is, let's make sure everything's formatted correctly. So eagle is not, pig is not. I didn't make these top justified. That's my bad. That's actually really my bad. Did not have the foresight to do that. Shit. It's not that hard of a fix, though. It's okay. Let's fix the imp drift. Let's try it. Nice. All right, that looks very good. Very, very nice. The price is changing. Yeah. All right, now I just need to go through each one and display the relevant info. And then once I do that, I just need an upgrade menu. And then it's ready to test. And then I'm going to take a break from this project. Because after that, it's just a shitload of polish. What's the point of the double name? It does seem redundant, yes. But as I was playing, it felt needed. Like I'm reading the description and then I'm like, wait, what was I on again? So, and then I look back down. So it makes sense to me. I don't know. Yeah, my list. That's true. It's just a bunch of bug fixes. Oh yeah, the high score and stuff. Yeah. I do have a list though. Let's check it. Oh, don't look at that. That's my Spellbreak login. Okay. Let's go. Let's look at where are we? Dreams. Let's look at this. So to do for Predators versus Produce. Fortunately, you didn't see my credit card logins. Okay. So, oh, by the way, Spellbreak, very cool game. Very, very cool game. So anyway, right now we're working on tower purchase info. Tower purchase info. We still need to do tower hover info. So that's upgrading towers or selling. Lost condition. Right now, you literally can't lose. You've been into that game since beta. Nice. It's really fun. I'm not great at it yet, but it's not like Rocket League where I know deep down I'm never gonna be good. Spellbreak, I can actually I can see myself being good. It's very fun. Anyway, yeah, lost condition, high score, similar to this. Very easy to do these things though. There's a bug right now where watermelons are completely invincible. You know, totally not game breaking. Eagle AI, yeah, Eagle changes targets too much. They should stay on the same target until it's dead or until it leaves range. And then next wave indicator is bugged to hell. But anyway, let's keep working. So let's see. Right. Damage. Just like some stats, right? Damage, shots per second. And then damage per second, maybe. What data do we want to display? Probably damage per second. I think that's a very helpful stat. Fire rate doesn't really matter. Damage per second. But what else would we want? Damage per second, isn't that it? I'm okay with just displaying damage per second. Yeah, but the range will be displayed on the ground. And really, a number doesn't really mean anything. Like, I could display any number and it would, you know what I mean? The range visual on the ground should be enough. But the DPS, I think. Because, like, I could tell you the damage. I could tell you shots per second. But, like, it's just easier if I just say damage per second. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I don't even know what the damage per second is. I'm going to have to calculate it. I could just look at the spreadsheet. Yeah, let's get that up. Bless me, I sneezed. Let's go to the drive. The Google Drive. My drive. That's not the right drive. So this is damage per shot. I mean, I think it's point. Oh, so I want to say how many per second. So shots per second. It's just 2, right? I actually don't remember. I mean, it's easy enough to check, but yes, attack frequency 0.5. So every 0.5 seconds, it fires a shot. So it's 2 shots per second. Yeah. Do we want to change that? I don't know. We can just leave it for now. So that means to get the damage per second, let me just multiply these. Oh my lord. That's a lot of damage. Wait. That math isn't right at all. I'm not a math wizard or anything, but 30 times 2 is not 900. That was the square root. It's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Holy shit. Yeah, 30 times 2 is clearly 900. No, that it was squaring it, obviously. Hence the exponential of it. But okay, so 60 damage per second. I mean, we could calculate it in game. You know what? I kind of want to too. I kind of want to. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it in game because it's going to change, and I don't want it to. I don't want to have to update the numbers manually. I might as well just do it programmatically. So let's do this. Tower Tiger, and this is fire rate. Fire rate data. Fire rate data. And it's going to be 0.5. Now, in the Tiger, instead of this slider, we're going to receive that. Now, here, we want to calculate the damage per second. So let's get the fire rate data. Now, this is 0.5. So this is how many, so this is how long between shots, right? 0.5 seconds. If we take 1, which is 1 second, and divide by the fire rate. So 0.5, if we 1 divided by 0.5 should be 2. I hope. Oh no. Oh. It's divided by 0 right now. It's 2. 1 divided by 0.5 is 2. I know that because it's 1 over 2. The 2, yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's calculating the damage per second. So now if that changes, if the fire rate changes or the damage changes, I don't have to recalculate everything. Let's get this number displayer. Yeah, let's get this one. And let's actually start building a tiger, just so the UI is there. Damage per second. 2. Wait, that's wrong. I need to multiply by the damage, obviously. Range data, price data, we need damage data. Yeah, I'm kind of missing an important part of that. We need to multiply the shots by the damage. Which should be 60. Yes, 60. Wonderful. Now we just need damage per second. Now, how do we display this in a way that looks palatable? What about that? I actually like that a lot. I like the words and then the number under it. I think for this, it looks very nice. So excited to finally test this. Hell yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad. I want the number to stand out, I think. Is this not on? I don't like, I don't know. I don't like it. The black and white doesn't look good. It needs some sort of background or something. And maybe a third color. I'm not sure. I like the idea of coloring the numbers different than the actual text, but I'm not a fan of the implementation right now. And next week, yeah. I mean, it depends on how, like, it depends on how quickly I bang through it tomorrow, honestly. It needs some sort of like background. I don't want a shadow. I tried a shadow and it didn't look great. But you're right. You're completely right. It would help it from blending in. Let's see what I can come up with that's in the style of this game. I have a couple ideas. This was my first idea, and I kind of like it, actually. I kind of like it. Obviously, we could, like, animate it or something, but... I definitely could, yes. Not right now, but because I don't want to, but I definitely could make some sort of animation. Yeah. Kind of like a tab or something. I like it. And then, so it'll have the relevant data. We could have a range number just so you can compare it to the other towers. Yeah, let's add range. Even though the number by itself won't mean anything, to be able to compare it to the other towers would be helpful. The range is 1. It's very helpful. I don't think that's right. Instead of a number, shouldn't you just have a small, medium, or large? I mean, no. No, because there's more than just 3 different ranges. The range is a number. Like, in-game, it is actually a number. But... And I think it would be, like, short, medium, and long. But I know what you mean. Yes and no. So, like, the idea was it would be, yes, but for some of them, it's different because the scale of the object, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's weird. Routers. Yeah, I'm just making sure I like this before copying and pasting it 7 more times. I do. I actually do like this a lot. The only thing I might change is the color. You know, a problem with this is if the description is longer, it's going to have trouble. So like for this one, for example, it would also need damage per second and range. But there's less space here. What are we gonna do? No tower is gonna have more than... Oh, actually, that's not true. Some towers will have 3 pieces of data. So what are we gonna do? How do we display 3 pieces of data? We can make everything smaller. We can put them side by side. Yeah, I could shorten the description. Yeah. I'd like to try doing this, though. Oh my god. The song is saying, like, babe, and I thought it was Natalie. Does everyone know what DPS means? All right, so how... I like it, I guess. How would this look for the eagle? Right, so they have to go down. All right, it has to go down 3 notches. Okay. Now, what happens if I need some more data, like another row? Can it fit? If this fits, we're good to go. That looks really good. That looks really good. Okay. Nice. Even casual, yeah. Oh, the number is not centered. Huh. Should be centered. When in doubt, just slide it over. That looks good. All right. Again, the reason we have 4 is just in case some towers need more info than others. Obviously, the Tiger Tower only needs damage and range. So let's start getting this stuff into the other chips. I'm getting rid of this, by the way. It had a purpose, but I changed the purpose. I wish Dreams had text variables. Like, I get that they don't have, like, arrays or whatever. I do get that. Dreams is, like, a weird programming language or whatever. But I don't know, man. Like, text variables seems like a massive oversight, in my opinion. They probably looked into ways of implementing it and just figured it was too complicated. Because, like, everything in Dreams is a number, right? So how would you convert the letters to numbers? I mean, I know there are ways, but I don't know. I forgot to delete this node. That's my bad. Yeah, ASCI. Right. No, I know. They're literally known as not. Dude, it would be so easy. It would be different. It would be weird, though. It would be very weird. But you'd have a gadget that just converts numbers to letters and then back, so... This looks really good. Let's move the buy and cancel down just a hair. But other than that, I'm really liking it. So the next step would be to customize every single one. Obviously, DPS range doesn't make much sense. Fortunately, the buy and the cancel are the same for all of them, so... Now the spacing is even on the top and the bottom too, which is nice. All right, let's just go through them. So the tiger has damage and range. I don't see a reason for anything else, so let's get rid of it. Now let's just see what that looks like. Yeah. A fat wire type, like position is, that has sentence data. What would be? Why would it need to be a fat wire? Because it would be. Well, I don't even know. I mean, fat wires can only hold 8 values, right? So this fat wire would just hold 8 different numbers, which would correspond to letters. Is that? All right, let's do the octopus now. So the octopus is going to have, once again, damage per second and range. There's nothing else. Can we fill these out? We'll need to do a similar thing. This attack frequency is 0.5. I would like to make it hit quicker. What if we did... What if we did 0.25? That number is not changing. Either do I. Can we do 0.2? Oh, look at that. It displays 0.2 here, but it displays 0.25 there. All right. So I've essentially doubled the damage of this. So I probably need to halve the damage now. Because it was balanced around a 0.5 fire rate, right? So should we... You know what? It would have been easier if we just made everything... If we converted everything into damage per second. But no, this is fine. The way I've done it is fine. Let's divide everything by 2. What's 185 divided by 2? 92.5? So we have the damage, we have the range. We should have what we need now. What did this need to be? Fire rate and damage, right? Right. We're taking 1 divided by the fire rate. Multiplied by the damage of the octopus tower. Okay. So hopefully that updates. Nice. So the octopus tower is half the damage per second, but it hits literally everything in the area. And it also should have lower range, but maybe not. You still have no idea how the wireless receiver thing can know what all those combined wires are all for and thus do the thing it's supposed to do. Like those numbers on the left, they are all for different things. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're asking, but I can try to explain what's going on. So these numbers are the... Think of A, B, C, D, and E as the different tower upgrades. So A is the base tower. The base tower has 7.5 damage. B is level 1 upgrade. So the level 1 upgrade has 20 damage, and etc. So I'm storing this data, these 5 numbers, in this fat wire. And then in the tower, and in other places, but mostly in the tower, I set the damage to one of those values, and I get the value that I need based on the level. So the level is this counter. It's from 1 to 5. And so let's say the level is 2. I subtract 1 to convert it into selector mode or whatever, because selectors start at 0. So, and then it sets the active port to one of these things. So if the level was 2, it would set the active port to 1, so B, and it would allow whatever data is coming through here to go through. And that data is the damage data. So if it was level 2, it would be this one, and this selector allows it through. It's just a way to it's just a way to get all my tower data to different places easily. Yeah, thanks for asking. I like it when people ask logic questions, because like, I mean, there's bound to be someone else that doesn't understand, that wouldn't mind learning. I like this. I like it a lot. Can I get through the other stuff today? All right. So here, let's give myself some motivation. Well, maybe this isn't great motivation, but yeah, one day closer to Gloucester Factory. I know, right? Once I finish these, I'm gonna call it. So let's see if we can get these done. Spider. So slow percentage, range, slow percentage and range. There's nothing else. That's super easy. $3K more, and I can make him do push-ups again. Or you can make me do pull-ups. Those are added. Those are new. Every pull-up I do is one step closer to me being an American Ninja Warrior. What do you do pull-ups on? I have a pull-up bar. I would put it in the door frame. Oh, if I finish the list today, oh god. Yeah, dude, I'm not finishing the upgrade stuff. That's gonna take another 3 hours. I could most likely do the rest of this, but it's just not gonna happen. You need one of those? Yeah, definitely. I would highly recommend getting it. It's nice to be able to use, just like whenever. All right, what's next? Eagle. Okay, Eagle's a little bit different. So for Eagle, we need, what do we need? Range. Well, I guess it would just be range and maximum damage per second, right? And then I guess ramp, number of shots it takes to reach the maximum damage per second. Search his name is up for bullet bars. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I don't want to display it like that because it's like literally 15 shots. It's literally 15 shots in a row. I don't even know what the values are, frankly. Hi, Pika. But I would like to display, so here, I would like to display how many shots. So like shots needed? Consecutive shots needed, maybe? Consecutive. Right? It's a little wordy, but I mean, how else do I explain that? It doesn't look like you can close the door with that on there. You have to take it down. You would take it down if you want to close the door. Long range single target damage, single target increasing damage, which resets when the target is changed. So it would be DPS. Yeah. So we have the range. Let's get the DPS calculator. Did I ever... Oh, crap. Whoopsies. There we go. So now we're receiving the fire rate, and I'd like to do that here as well. How many shots are needed? 10. I thought it was 15. 10. Okay. Holy shit. 70 damage per second. What the frick? 70 damage per second. But it takes 10 shots to get there. That might be a little overtuned. Granted, this is level 1, and you're not even supposed to be able to buy that level 1, so I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You don't let your cats in there. Right, so you'd have to... Yeah, that's a good point. The cats would run in there once you start using it. We're not balancing right now, we're just getting the data, so this is fine. What's next? Here's where we're gonna start getting a little wordy, or there's like gonna be a lot of data. So for the alligator, we're gonna have damage per second, we're gonna have range, and then we're gonna have, I guess it's not, it's just one additional thing, stun duration. I'm now realizing this, yeah, this needed to be split. It's my bad. Then we need to take A. Yeah. Did I need, I probably needed to do that in other ones too. Yeah, like the damage. Whoopsies. Wait, but doesn't it just take the top value? If it just takes the top value, I actually don't. Yeah, I mean, it's already doing 60, so. Well, I probably should put this. It'll be confusing if I don't. To whoever looks at this later. So anything that upgrades, I need to split this fat wire and only take the top. Because we're not upgrading it, we're just taking the initial value. I forgot to do the Eagle's attack frequency. I was using the octopus. Yeah. So tower equal. That's why the damage per second was so high. There, it should be lower now. Yeah, 430. Yeah, it shouldn't be 700. That was insane. It's still very high, but it takes 10 shots to get there. I think I should center that consecutive shots needed thing. You can do it later. It's not a big deal. It's trivial. Okay, so we're almost done. Right. So now the alligator needs fire rate. Looks like I already did it. Oh, that's the range. fire rate. And what is the fire rate? 1.4? One v one you in league, yeah. You want to do it? I'll do it. Are you NA? That sounds fun. Are you? I remember you being good. Weren't you like actually good at league? You'll make an NA account. Wow. How are you gonna play me on NA? All right, chimp. So the chimp is gonna be. Chimp gonna be. Damage per second doesn't really make sense. I guess it makes sense. The damage per second's weird because it's like, it's your attack length or your attack frequency isn't just like your attack cooldown. It has to factor in the stun duration. If I beat the tutorial, it gives me enough blue essence to buy any champ, I think. Oh my god. Plario, what? Oh boy, dude. Why don't you have an NA account? Where do you live? What country do you live in? Probably not NA. Oh, you live in England. Wonderful. Yeah, that would make sense that you don't have an NA account. Isn't it a little late, though? Isn't it like 4 a.m. for you? Or do you work the night shift? I like range. I just don't think... Maybe not damage per second. I guess we can do damage per second. It's fine. But it's going to be calculated a little bit differently. Let's fix the imp drift. Maybe we can do the 1v1 before that if you're joining that. I'll carry you cowards again. That was fun. That was very fun. I forget if it's Tower Chimp or Tower Monkey, but either way, we're going up. It's Tower Monkey, so I need stun data. There it is. Stun duration. Okay, and the stun duration is factored into this. So, here, let me show you. Yeah, right here. Attack frequency. But the cooldown only starts, this 1 second cooldown only starts after the stun is finished, right? So that's kind of weird. Hey, Malardy, what's up? So, we have the monkey's fire rate, which is 1, or which is 0.8, whatever. But we don't actually want this. We want the fire rate plus the stun duration. That is the actual fire rate. Or wait, no, it's not. Wait, yeah, oh yes, exactly. This isn't the fire rate. This number we're calculating is how many shots, or no, not how many shots per second, but how long it takes to fire a shot, which is, again, 1 second plus the stun duration. Yes, that all makes sense. Okay, but so this damage per second is going to be really low, but that's fine. Okay, that all makes sense. I hope that worked. Let's see. Oh, the spider slow I didn't do correctly. Damage per second, 1. Okay. That's not right. The cavalry's here. What's up? Wait, that actually is right. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, no, it's not. Tower Tiger. This needs to be Tower Monkey. The math was right, though. Tower Monkey damage data. There. 3 damage per second. It comes out at 3 damage per second. Like, that doesn't really help. I don't know, like, as the player, that doesn't really help me. But it's right. Direction. Okay, let's turn this from frames to seconds really quick. It's not that hard to do. We just multiply by 30 or divide by 30 or something like that. Oh shit. Oh shit. The math was wrong. There we go. The math was wrong, guys. I was adding seconds and frames. I needed to convert the frames to seconds, which is what I'm doing here. My bad. Yeah, it was in frames. Yeah, that was my bad. Okay. So I convert, yeah. What's up, AKA Bubba? How's it going? Yeah, so the stun duration is in frames. I converted it into seconds. then this calculation up here actually works. 50 damage per second makes a lot more sense. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Working on a tower defense game. All right, almost done. These two should be extremely easy. So the lion and the pig. So the lion, just the percent damage increase, right? And then the range. So. And then the pig is gold per adjacent tower. Gold per tower. Gold per tower. I called it GPM, but that was before I knew what the tower did. I thought it was gonna like passively generate gold or something, but then you could just wait. All right, guys, let's take a look and just make sure this data is all like logical. So 60 DPS, 1 range. The first time going to the page, it kind of freaks out, which is interesting. But 30 TPS, 1 range, that makes sense. Okay, so here's a bug. Slow percentage is 0, which is obviously not right. So what's going on with the spooter? Let's multiply this by 10 or 100. It's a decimal, right? So let's multiply it by 100. There we go, 20%. There we go. Okay. So that was easy fix. It was actually working, it was just not displaying decimals. His GPS already taken. Gold per minute. Dude, oh my god. I don't know. Yes, it's all, yeah, shut up. Eagle, yep. So that looks like a ton of DPS, but to get there, it takes 10 shots. Like, on the same target. Alligator, 79 DPS. Stun duration, 5 seconds. No. No. It's 5 frames. It's 5 frames. So, let's go to the alligator. That's not the alligator. This should be the alligator, yeah. All right. This is stun duration data. We need to convert this to frames. So again, there's 30 frames in a second. So if we divide the frames by 30, I'm sorry, if we take 30 divided by the frames, it will give us how many frames, or how many seconds, hopefully. No, other way around. My bad. The calculation is incorrect. My bad. It's divided by 30. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. My bad. It's the frames. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. It's the frames divided by 30. And the chimp, I also messed the calculation up. It's the frames divided by 30. There we go. So let's try that. That's paralysis, not stun. I know, right? Okay, so alligator, stun duration 0. That's fine. We need decimal points for this. It's a very, very short stun for the alligator. Yep, 0.2. Very short stun, but it's still something. And then chimp is 1 second, and then it goes up a lot. And then, okay, so lion, well, chimp, 50 DPS, yep, 79, yep, that makes sense. Okay, lion, damage increase percent, 1. That's just not right. It's supposed to be either 10% or 20, I think. So what did I do wrong? Why is it 1.2? Oh, damage increase. Shit. I mean, it's a damage multiplier, but I think. I mean, I could just write damage multiplier. And then 1.2 would be correct. What's more, guys? What makes more sense? Damage multiplier, and this is purely for like the player. It's already implemented, but what makes more sense? Damage multiplier or damage increase percentage? It would be either 1.2 would be displayed or 20 would be displayed. What makes more sense as the player? Yeah, it's easier to understand. Sure. Okay, good. That means I don't have to change anything. Oh, except that. Maybe. I honestly, I think both require some sort of mental faculty, but it's fine. Multiplier. And then maybe just damage increase. I'm just gonna put it to 1. Just so there's a number there. Apparently the pig. Oh, the pig's range is also. You know what? 0.5 is fine. It's fine. Let's just do that. And let's do that. No, let's try it. 0.5. Wonderful. All right. Guys, this is the final tower purchaser. How is it? Obviously, like the visuals on the right, like they can be improved or changed, but this is the idea. So you select a tower or you select a spot, and then you scroll through the towers, and it shows you. It doesn't show you the entire upgrade path. It only shows you the tower you're purchasing. To see, you can never see the entire upgrade path, but when you buy a tower and then when you go into the upgrade menu, which doesn't exist yet, it'll show the current stat and then the upgraded stats and then how much it costs. That's what you'll see. I don't want too much data. I think Crystal Mech Tower Defense had too much data, in my opinion, to where like people didn't know what was going on. So, but anyway, guys, this turned out quite well. I'm really happy with it. Yeah. Looks good. Thank you. I think it has the right amount of info. Yeah, I think it's good. All right. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. That's a win. Thanks, Pillow. JJ 2.0.
X25.
That
That's a win.
is a win. Holy shit, my cats are insane. You guys probably saw that. All right. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. I put a piece of cardboard over top of my power switch so they don't step on it anymore. It's sturdier than that, but this is taking a long time to save. It's kind of weird. Piece of Is Piece of Craft streaming and also in my chat? That would be pretty funny if it was true. It is not. I'm gonna rate Joe. Did it save? I'm just gonna do it again. I didn't catch the message. It took a really long. It should be a lot quicker now. Yes. Okay, it's saved. Good, good, good. They need the views. You're not streaming till morning. Nice. Oh, we gotta raid Vince. Vince is a logic guy, guys. Hit him up with a follow if you haven't. I haven't. I'm gonna follow him. Yeah, Vince does logic. He's making a grid-based puzzle game. He's pretty cool. So definitely, guys, definitely check him out. He has a YouTube channel too.
Hey, what's up, Acer?
I think.
Thanks for following, man.
Oh, I'm doing more than following, Vince. Don't worry.
Snake case? No,
I'm doing more than following. Guys, I'll be streaming tomorrow. We will be working on the tower defense.
like camel case.
We will try to finish it.
Pascal, please.
We will not finish it, but we will try.
But it doesn't matter.
I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're making
Whatever
progress.
is easiest
I
for
will see you guys tomorrow.
Or for you to read.
Yes, PS5 stuff too.
so
That's
we'll
true.
see.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's super hype.
So I'm gonna use the death type.
PS5
to
hype.
What animation gets
All right,
played
guys. See you
on.
later.
What trap type? Whatever. This is where it might get a little complicated later, but for now I'll just deal with it in a simple form. So I'm gonna get out a. Oh, no way! Ah, shoot. Sweet raid. Wow. Thanks a lot, Acer. Thanks everyone for coming in. How was your stream? I was hanging out for a little bit and I was watching you help someone with their RPG or their inventory management system. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I love puzzle games too. I'm all about them.